pole. Set a fast time of a 17:949, I believe it was. The number 44 of Kyle Seiler on the pole, and to the outside of the front row calls Stedman, North Carolina his home. That's the number 3 of Dustin Phillips. Starting on the inside of row number 2, in the 01 from Salisbury, North Carolina, that's Bobby Mayers. And to the outside of row number 2 in the 23 at driver from Burgall, North Carolina, that's Eric Miller in the 23. Rounding out your top 5 starting positions, driving the number 33 from Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, that's Brian Miller. And to the outside of Brian in the in the 2 machine, that's Curtis Lanier. On the inside of row number 4, that's the 5F of Weston Freeman. Weston from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And on the outside of row number 4 in the 02 machine from Georgetown, Ontario, Canada, that's the 02 of Colton Clark, will round out your top 8. Your top 10 in the 47 from High Point, North Carolina, that's the 47 of Luke Fisher. And to the outside of row number 5 from Rural Hall, North Carolina, that's the number 83 of Bryson McGee. And riding shotgun on the field as we go green is Caleb Gibson, and we are underway in the Allison Legacy Series.
Green flag in the air for the Allison Legacy Series. Kyle Seiler, Dustin Phillips on the front row. They'll race side by side, and 3 wide down into turn 3 for the race lead. That's the 01 of Bobby Mayers on the inside. Seiler's going to clear Phillips, and now Mayers to the bottom side. Can Bobby Mayers get to the lead from 3rd? Side by side down the back straightaway. Mayers has the advantage in that 01 car. Can Seiler respond on the top side? Tries to carry the top side momentum, but cannot make it stick. Move Bobby Mayers to the top spot on lap number 2.
Phillips runs P2, Seiler to P3, Eric Miller P4. And rounding out your top 5 is the 5 machine of Weston Freeman. Last time by, Dustin Phillips set the fast lap, and trouble down in corner number 2. Got a glimpse of it for those of you on Ultra, and that's the 47 of Luke Fisher. The High Point, North Carolina native brings out caution number 1 in the Allison Legacy Series.
Under the first caution flag of the Allison Legacy Series event. 2 laps in the books. It's Bobby Mayers in the 01 car that has the lead. Dustin Phillips in that 3 car runs 2nd. Kyle Seiler, Eric Miller, Weston Freeman rounds out your top 5. Field is double stacked and getting ready to go back green flag racing. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn down pit road. Mayers and Phillips on the front row will lead the Allison Legacy cars back to green at Southern National.
Miller, not a great restart. He was able to get back in front of Curtis Lanier, and the green flag, as you said, back out as we've dropped the rag. Miller will be 6th after a bad 1 and 2. Mayers, your leader, started P3. Phillips started P2, stays P2. Seiler started P1 as P3, so a change in 1st and 3rd, and now Weston Freeman wants a look for P3. To the inside of the 44 machine, the battle is for P3 at the moment. The bottom step of the podium as Kyle Seiler, your pole sitter, is now 4th and running that second groove chase. I'm not sure if maybe there's something wrong with the race car, or if he's trying to just get some momentum on the exit of the corners, but down in 1 and 2, he is running on the white line.
Gets it pointed back to the bottom side of the racetrack, does the 44 of Kyle Seiler. Unsure, like RJ mentioned, maybe just looking for a little bit different line to run, or maybe some handling gremlins with that car. Battle is for second right now. Dustin Phillips has it. Weston Freeman wants it. Phillips in that black number 3 car. Fast Lube number 3 machine out of Stedman, North Carolina, runs in the second spot. And we're under the caution flag for the second time in this one.
Another spin down in 1 and 2. That's going to be Caleb Gibson from Virginia. Brings out the second caution. We have ticked off 5 laps of racing action in the Allison Legacy feature. And 2 cautions down. Bobby Mayers still your race leader. He was going to be very happy about that that battle that was ensuing behind him, but now these drivers are going to get a little bit bigger in the rearview mirror for the 01 of Mayers as the caution comes out, and we will rack them and continue again.
Bobby Mayers still leads in the 01 car. Dustin Phillips still runs second after that battle with Weston Freeman. They came to the choose and now 1 to go.
I believe for these cars they double up by row.
Running order. Okay,
by running order.
That'll put Bobby Mayers and Dustin Phillips on the front row. Weston Freeman and Kyle Seiler row 2. Pace car going to take the left-hand turn down pit road once more. Mayers and Phillips bring us back to green. 20 laps to go for the Allison Legacy cars.
Down in 1 and 2, it's all Mayers. Freeman takes over the second place spot as he was trying to do prior to the caution. That'll put Phillips P3 and Seiler and Lanier battling for P4. Eric Miller has been moving more backwards as far as this one has been. He's now P6 and now battling for that 6th spot with Mount Pleasant's Brian Miller.
Miller and Miller is the battle for 6th right now. Eric Miller has it. Brian Miller wants it. That's side-by-side down the front straightaway. 33 of Brian Miller on the inside. Looking to pick up a spot over that green and white 23 of Eric Miller. Give it to Brian Miller down the back straightaway. Eric now has to get back in line, but chooses to go back to the outside instead. Going to try and carry topside momentum. Gets the run, but Brian clear in the 33 at the moment. Eric continues to stick to that outside groove, trying to make it work down the back straightaway.
It's a better 1 and 2 that time, Chase.
Just not enough. Continues to run the top side. This is the best side-by-side battle on the racetrack right now. Big push up off of 4. And Brian Miller's going to clear by a car length and a half over Eric Miller.
Out in front is Bobby Mayers. He leads over Weston Freeman, and that battle may ensue here momentarily as the Chevrolet, who runs P2 of Freeman from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a long ways away, Chase.
It is. That's quite the trek for Weston Freeman in that 5F car.
Oh, a
big time bobble and up the hill.
Wow.
Keeps it out of the wall. Does Weston Freeman, but he loses wholesale time to Bobby Mayers at the front of the field. What was shaping up to be a battle for the lead is now going to be a battle for second as Dustin Phillips closes in on the back of the 5. That was a big time bobble for Freeman there, and he lost a ton of ground to your race leader, Bobby Mayers.
Kept it out of the wall, though, which is really cool to see. Lanier, now the Millers are on their way. Oh, almost had an incident right there. Brian Miller across the nose of Eric Miller. Brian Miller takes the spot away from Curtis Lanier for that spot being for position number 5.
Oh, one slow on the back straightaway right in front of your race leaders. That's the 10 of Khalif Gibson, who slowed nearly to a stop right in front of race leader Bobby Mayers. Gibson still slow on the back straightaway. We stay green for now. That was almost a big time problem for your race leaders. It actually cost Weston Freeman the 2nd spot. Dustin Phillips now back up to 2nd. Man, they came off a 2, and he was almost stopped on the back straightaway. And Bobby Mayers quick on his feet, had to swerve to avoid the 10 of Khalif Gibson. Don't know how that wasn't a bigger incident than it ended up being. We stay green now and are inside 10 laps to go. Bobby Mares has the lead. We'll see what the gap is this time by just under a second over Dustin Phillips. Battle now is for third. That's Kyle Seiler looking to the inside of Freeman. Freeman was charging early, but now on the backslide as this one gets to the later stages. Freeman up the racetrack, moves Seiler back to the third spot. Your pole sitter moving back forward late in the running.
Seiler able to make the pass and leads over a Allison Legacy car length. That's going to be the inside joke of the week, Chase, is car lengths of the certain series. Started with the good old legend car length when I said
car length.
30 car lengths, and it was maybe 10.
30 legend car lengths.
Oh, no, I was getting out of my head.
Oh, man.
Bobby Mares, your leader, in 3 and 4, coming to 6 laps to go this time by. Phillips runs P2.
6 more times around for the Burn Boot Camp 0-1 of Bobby Mares. Driver out of Salisbury, North Carolina, looking to pick up the only Allison Legacy car win of the week. Blue and yellow flag in the air for the lap traffic. 5 fingers in the air from flagman Tim Hale. 5 more times around for Bobby Mares to pick up an Allison Legacy car win on Sign Shop Finale Day at Speed Week. He's got a large gap over Dustin Phillips. Kyle Seiler, Weston Freeman continue their battle for third. 4 to go for Bobby Mares.
4 to go, and just past Colton Clark, the Canada driver in this field. And you see 2 lap cars in front of Phillips, which will give Bobby Mares just a little bit more room in the Allison Legacy Series 01. Three laps to go as Mares works his way through 1 and 2, a little bit of a higher line that time by in the Burn Boot Camp 01. Just talked about him being out of Salisbury, North Carolina. Dustin Phillips runs P2, calls Stedman, North Carolina, his home. Got caught up in a little bit of lap traffic, was the gap there. But right now it is all Bobby Mares. Started P3, was able to get to the inside of Kyle Seiler, who was running in the first place spot, and now finds himself P1 as he takes the white flag here from Southern National to put us just about halfway through day 6 of Speed Weeks. On to the back straightaway, the Burn Boot Camp Allison Legacy entry from Salisbury, North Carolina. Mr. Bobby Mares picks up the win in the Allison Legacy Series. Dustin Phillips finishes P2 and able to rebound to P3 is Kyle Seiler. And a good battle from your top 4 in this 25-lap feature. And we'll see just about the same thing in the Legends cars between drivers like Ryan Zima, Bradshaw, Case James, Brody Rhodes. I mean, there's so many names in this Legend car field, but before we head off to that race, we'll get to talk to your top 3 in the Allison Legacy Series 25-lapper as Chase Folsom is down there with your podium finishers, putting the trophy on Bobby Mares' 01, and we'll go and put the runner-up position trophy on the 3 car. Down in victory lane is our Chase Folsom, who gets to talk to your podium finishers.
Down here in victory lane as we wait for Bobby Mares to climb out of the 0-1 machine, a winner at Southern National Motorsports Park Speed Week. Took the lead early from pole sitter Kyle Seiler and led the rest of the way did Bobby Mares. Unhooking the belts, and he's getting ready to climb out for the race fans. Race fans, let him hear it. Your Allison Legacy winners, Bobby Mares. Bobby, come around front here. You took the lead early. You took the lead early, Bobby, and you never looked back. Led the rest of the way, had the best car. How good does it feel to be here in victory lane at Southern National?
It feels great. This is my third win all time, and I'm really glad to start the season off on a strong note, but I really do want to give all the glory and praise to the good Lord above because he gave me an immense talent, and I'm just glad I get to use it to glorify him. And I also want to thank Burn Boot Camp and my race fans for helping me out financially. Again, not possible without them. Thank you to my mom for driving me out here. Chris Woods, he's done a lot of work this week. He's been through a lot today alone. And a special thank you to Chris Torrance and his girlfriend Katie for helping me out this week too. They've done an amazing job. But yeah, this race was an absolute blast, and I'm just glad I got to do what I love.
Bobby Maris loves being out here at Southern National Motorsports Park, and he loves a win and Speed Week finale day even more. Get over here to Dustin Phillips, taking a quick photo. It's P2 for Dustin Phillips at the end of the 25-lap feature. Just didn't quite have enough to get back up there to Bobby. What more did you need, and how fun is it to be out here at Southern National?
This is one of my favorite tracks for sure. Man, we made an adjustment right before there, and it was the wrong one. Freed the car up a little too much, and thought we had a pretty good piece there, but just couldn't keep it under me like I really wanted. Didn't have drive center off, and man, it's hard to beat that crew right there anyway. And we got a brand new car. This week's first time out. The one we won with last time here, she's sitting in the shop, and she's probably upset with me, but we definitely had a good piece here, and just adjustment or two away, and we'll come back and get them next time.
Dustin Phillips ready to come back next time. Today, he's P2 with the Allison Legacy cars. One more driver to talk to. Your pole sitter comes home third, Kyle Seiler. You had the fast time in qualifying, just couldn't make it last for 25 laps in the feature. Where did it go away? Where'd you lose that speed at the end?
Driver. We didn't make any adjustments. We thought it'd be okay, and it's hard to run with these guys. They're good, man. Everybody's here. Everybody in the Allison Series is awesome. If you guys are thinking about getting a car, you need to get an Allison Legacy car. They're cheap, they're tech good, they're fun to drive, they're inexpensive, so we need some more cars. Come out and have a ball with us.
Kyle Seiler with all the praise of the Allison Legacy cars. Coming up next, we'll have the Legends Cars 25-lap finale. Don't go anywhere if you're watching live on Ultra Broadcasting. We'll be right back from Southern National Motorsports Park.